All right, friends, welcome to the 11:40-ish a.m. bout here, day 2, track C1, 187 killer pads versus 888. I am Loose Change, and I am joined by Kellican Bay, who's still learning how to use a microphone. Don't worry, we're professionals. As our folks are getting their gears checked, let's go ahead and introduce all of these wonderful skaters. Skating in black for 888, we've got 01 Goldie, 1031 Whiskey Von Sweets, 1420 Lala Tiburona, 1706 Miss T Maven, 212 Wheel Wolf, 221 Yeti or Not, Here I Come, 24 is Bourbon, 28 Alicia Nesbitt Smith, 301 Black Soul Rose, 33 Skinner, 333 Sweet and Sour, 65 Simonis, 7 Poison Violet, 777 Perfect, 88 Mallory, and number 95 Little Lightning the Queen. I have a little I think this is misspelt. I think it should be Lightning the Queen.
Oh, that is a very interesting spelling of lightning.
Yeah. That's okay. We're just gonna go with Lightning the Queen, and if I'm wrong, somebody can tell me.
No, I've coached her before. She's simply lightning. All right, so, and for your white team is 187 Killer Pats. I've got 10 or 10 OMG WTF, 1057 Shira Powers, 117 Jackson, 2 Fillmore Payne, 20 Thrasher, 215 Bugogi, 22 Mimi Mahler, 24 I'ma Blow Baya, 28 Death Down Under, 289 Cheese, 343 Trinity, 4 Violet Knockout, 480 Aaron Jackson, 7 Jackie Daniels, 94 Octane Jane, and 9999 Maine.
So it appears that Jackson brought their own cheering squad over there. Yeah, there was like 5 people that as soon as Jackson's name was said, it was ah.
I see them.
Yep,
over
there they are. Did anybody else bring your own cheering squad? Anyone? Anyone? No? No? Bueller?
Going once.
Okay.
Going twice.
Number 117 Jackson wins with the largest cheering squad. Congratulations. You deserve a cookie.
All right, it looks like we're about to start this game.
With those folks on the track, we've got number 212 Wheel Wolf going up against
Looks like someone's skating under Aaron Jackson's number.
Yeah, that is number 480.
Yeah.
We're just going to refer to them as number 480. Both.
I have no problem calling her Jackson for the rest of the day.
Unfortunately, we already have a Jackson.
Oh, do,
Yeah.
don't we?
2 Jacksons, unfortunately, don't make a right, but that is number 480 skating in white lead jammer. Pack slowing down, coming around those into turns 1 and 2. We have a star pass to number 1706 Miss T Maven ends that jam as the jammer of note for 888.
And being on this side, it's very hard to see numbers with opponents. like white jammers out. That's number 4.
That is Violet Knockout for 187 Killer Pads.
Like an attempted pass. Black.
That is Mallory with a star for 888. The jam gets called 4 more points on the board for 187.
We've got a Death Down Under in the box and a La La Tiburona in the box.
Both jammers out of that pack. Lead going to Jackson.
All off and no points on that jam. I will admit I do love Jackson's cheering squad. Those face.
Oh, there's even faces of Jackson. Wow. That's a commitment to the bit that I'm really appreciative of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm just saying, you could give us a face. As we roll into jam number 4, picking up a lead for 187. That is number 343, if my eyes don't deceive me, Trinity. Making fast work of that pack. Four points already.
Like a successful helmet cover pass on 888. Woo! That was a good hit with La La Tiburona.
I'd like to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. This one's from my home state, up in Utah. Hell Skate, Supernatural Roller Derby, comic book, art, and skate-inspired handcrafted jewelry. Go on over and see Miss Disco Bliss at the Hell Skate booth.
Colin Deschatz joining us up here at the announcing dais. Just in time, both of these jammers getting out of that fast-moving pack. 480. Jammer in white for 187 is lead.
That was a nice little apex jump and the call off. Like 3 points.
You're out here looking for new skates this weekend, be sure to visit Sure Grip Skates and Huck Trucks, proud to be made in the USA. Sure Grip Skates, give them a visit.
Good news, friends. Yelling at people sometimes gets results.
Yelling at people in roller derby does things? What?
Yes, I know. Strange but true.
Looks like we've got a pivot in the box.
Some really
for
nice bridge
AAA.
work out here in the front.
All right, we've got number 4 on 187 Killer Pads. It looks like that's Violet Knockout.
Good news, friends. Number one, we officially know that number 480 on the 187 Killer Pads is Easy Break Oven now. Also, I'm not above bribery as an announcer, and I get a giant head, and I get to say, Jackson is my daddy. Dad? Jackson's my dad. There we go. You're welcome. On the track, number 7 is Poison. Oops, nope, excuse me. As the pack comes around on that inside for 888, that is number 7, Poison Violet, picking up lead.
That was a beautiful whip that they just did right off of Blacksell Rose.
Nice push to that inside. Last 2 defenders at the top. Those skaters for 187 Killer Pads. As the pack slows to a crawl, both of these jammers jockeying for position. Hit to the outside, calling it off by Poison Violet.
And since this is the 888 187 bout, probably ought to give a shout out to both of those sponsors. They are both here. 888, the best fit options, technology, and safety certifications. The deep cover helmet from 888. Also, 187 Killer Pads, the chosen brand by the most pros in the world. 187 Killer Pads has gear for everybody at every skill level. Thanks to both of them for being here.
Clearing that pack, picking up lead. That is number 212 Wheel Wolf, followed closely behind by Easy Break Oven, because we know that now. Penalty being assessed with a smile to one of those 888 blockers. Both teams at a slight pack disadvantage with 1 blocker apiece, as we're going to roll into jam number 9, I think. Score currently stands 187 Killer Pads 41 to 888's 7.
All the protective gear options that you could ever want are here at RollerCon. S1 helmets, the S1 Lifer helmet. Best fit and best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
All right, for this next jam, it looks like I've got Alicia Nesbitt Smith on 888. And what's that, Jackson 117? Yes, it was. And looks like Jackson got out. Player number 117, Jammer. But looks like Yeti or not, here we come, or here I come. Because she's right on her back.
Did you know Jackson is my dad? I'm going to need to start keeping track of the number of times I can say that. My new goal is to make all of you lose your voices.
You'll just have to start putting check marks on the back of the face there.
There is a lot of space. With that whistle, looks, I believe that is number 88, Mallory out there with the star 4, 888 pushing at the front and towards the back. That is number 4, Violet Knockout for 187 Killer Pads. Mallory picks up lead, a hard-fought 25 seconds through that slow-moving pack that has recondensed in between the jam line and pivot line. That continued hit to the outside and reshuffling for Violet Knockout just seems to be stymieing, and like Violet cannot figure out how to break through that tripod. Meanwhile, Mallory looking to put some more points on the board and close that gap as our pack has slowly worked its way towards turn 1. OMG WTF out there blocking with 187 Killer Pads. But that does not stop Mallory. 4 more points for 888. Oh, so pretty. Unfortunately unsuccessful. Those apex jumps, they'll get you. They'll get you every time. And now we have Mallory stuck behind at the back to that tripod of blockers in white.
Seeing some pretty fantastic blocking in this jam. They haven't gone very far in the last almost full minute now.
Yep. Mallory, let's see, 12 points in total there, bringing 888 score to 19. 187 Killer Pads stuck at that 45.
RollerCon would like to remind you, make sure you zip your bag and stow it in the labeled spots. Don't lose your shit. When and if you do, find it at VCI Lost and Found. But better not to lose it in the first place.
Yep.
All right, it looks like 187 Killer Pads has gotten out. Trinity 343 Jammer. Oh, we've got a successful panty pass. That was a very quick call off. Bound to the next jam.
Three points there for 187 Killer Pads.
If you're hungry, don't forget to check out the Truck and Yaki food truck out front with fresh Asian fusion food. I have yet to check it out, but I've seen them. So if you want to brave the heat, go grab some delicious food.
100% worth it. It's so good. Oh my goodness. Look at these jammers. Into the inside, into the outside. Oh, but there is a penalty for the 888 jammer, which means this is an easy break oven potential power jam for 187 Killer Pads. If you're 187 Killer Pads, this is absolutely what you're going to hope for. Easy break oven has been an extremely successful jammer so far, putting up points left and right. All we need is a few more here and there. Easy break oven coming up against those last few blockers for 888. but clears it. Jammer is back out there. That is Miss Team Maven. Oh, it is called off from the floor. 1 point there for Miss Team Maven for 888. Bringing 888 score to 20 and 187 killer pads at 52. 13 minutes left in this first half.
I'd like to remind all the skaters and officials out here working this game, if you are tired and feeling a little beat up after this game, visit the WFTDI Wellness and Body Breakdown. They are over there doing free wrapping, injury assessment, and wellness products right over here at C1.
All right, on to our next jam. Looks like we've got Jackson for 187 and Alicia Nesbitt Smith for 888.
Jackson on the inside. Jackson is my dad. One more checkbox there. Jackson is lead jammer for 187 killer pads. And it looks like that was a small equipment or something kind of, I don't know what was going on. I think probably just some laces. Yeah. All right. 3 points there for 187 killer pads. Oh, look, it's an official review. I know that because it says so on the scoreboard, but also because it looks like the captains are in the middle. And that's really the only reason and the time that the captains would go be in the middle.
I mean, I was a coach for a little while, and I used to like to run out there just to say hi every now and then. You know, you got to chat up your officials.
I too was a coach for quite some time. Every so often, especially if I knew the officials, I would go and ask if they had any cookies.
Yeah, we'll go out and talk about what's for dinner, you know,
Yeah.
if they had anything yummy for breakfast that day.
What our plans were going to be for the after party.
Exactly.
After a while, they were not pleased with me in any capacity. They were just like, Luce, go away. Stop coming in to bother us. I was like, I've got 30 seconds.
Right? It's funny. They had the same feelings about me.
Weird. I wonder why. Is it because we're annoying?
Just a little.
Just a little. Hey, Jackson, I'm your dad. All right. Both jammers, full contingent of skaters out there. Nobody's in the penalty box. Now let's count how many seconds it takes because I said that. We've got easy break oven. Nope. That is number 4, Violet Knockout. Thank you for that correction. Violet Knockout is lead for 187.
Star pass there for
to number 24, Bourbon, who is now your jammer of note for 888. One blocker in that penalty box for 187 killer pads. Ooh, fancy, beautiful little inside work there. Bourbon getting through, picking up points. Both of these jammers having points on the board so far. Violet Knockout stuck behind that wall of blockers that include Trinity, Skinner, and Oh, that was perfect.
Skate maintenance is so important. Visit Monkey Lube, your one-stop solution to cleaning and maintaining your skate bearings. It'll add speed and a smoother performance to your bearings that you will feel. Monkey Lube, go give them a check out.
Looks like we've got another official review. More captains out in the track again.
So I'm assuming that the first official review was denied for whatever it was because the little thing isn't a plus sign, so it's gone, which means if you don't win, you lose your official review for the half. If you do win, it goes into a plus sign, and then you potentially get to use it again. But it's not the never-ending official review. After your second one, it does disappear, whether you win or lose.
Well, and I mean, we used to say you can't take them with you, so might as well use it as a timeout and not burn your 3 30-second timeouts.
But see, this isn't, because again, we have the captains in the middle of the track.
I mean, tell me you haven't taken an official review as a timeout and still gone out and chit-chatted with the officials.
Oh, I've
Me?
definitely gone out there to say hi, just used it as a timeout before.
I mean,
Sometimes you need those minute and a half, 2 minutes to regroup. It's
Exactly.
important.
187 Killer Pad sitting at 63 to 888's 27. Want to say a big thank you to all of our volunteers, especially all of the folks that are rocking those green fluorescent shirts all weekend as our medic staff.
Yeah.
We literally could not do roller derby if they were not here. I love you, D-Ray, DB, and the person who's in the middle who I don't know. You're wonderful as well.
Not only can we not do it, but they won't let us do it without
I mean,
them.
it's literally in the rules.
It is indeed. Just want a quick reminder to please clean up after yourself. Your mom doesn't volunteer here. I mean, maybe she does, but that doesn't mean she should have to clean up after you at RollerCon.
Even if she is here, you're an adult. Clean up after yourself.
Adult-ish.
Are we all? Are we really adults? I don't know. Number 7 out there skating for 888, Poison Violet. I'm now just realizing we have a Poison Violet and a Violet Knockout. My brain is not functioning this early. That is Poison Violet picking up lead for 888. And that is 343 Trinity wearing the star for 187 Killer Pads. Poison Violet keeping an eye on where Trinity was and getting ready to call it. 2 points there on the board for 888.
I will be completely honest and I will admit I absolutely love watching the love between the two teams. Everyone is high-fiving everyone. Everyone is hugging everyone. It's a great game when you love your team and your opponent.
I mean, that's the vibe we want here at RollerCon. It's about having fun, about making roller derby and roller skating things happen.
Oh, we have a no pass, no penalty for 187, or excuse me, for 888's 1706. That is Miss T Maven through the pack first, but not lead, which means that is Easy Break Oven picking up lead for 187 Killer Pads. With
Fun story about Miss T Maven. She actually really loves tea. She drinks tea more than I think I drink water.
I mean, with a name that literally is TEA in it, I would hope so.
One would.
Also, thanks to Wheels and Heels, Roller Girls Kitchen Food Truck. Follow on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Oh, hey, look, it's Jackson, is my dad out there wearing the star. Stuck at the back of the pack, but we have, ooh, that is number 28. Excuse me, that is number 28, Alicia Nesbitt Smith picking up lead for 888. Penalty being assessed there on number 28, the jammer for 888. So this is a power jam.
Looks like we've got a full box for 888.
Jackson with the star. This will be a full 2-minute jam. Point scoring pass, 4 points. A little bit of shift in momentum there for the 888 as their penalty box is near clear. Having all 3 skaters in that box for 888 was making it life real easy on Jackson for a minute. Pack slowing down. Folks being stuck behind those tripods. I do really appreciate slow derby happening right in front of me.
It's a great view.
It is.
Don't give me that look, Kara.
8 points there for 187 Killer Pads, 4 points for 888.
Would like to remind all captains that you can edit your rosters anytime up to 2 hours before your game at the stats desk at C1 Officials platform. If you haven't, please do so. It makes our job as announcers and the officials' job so much easier if we have the right names on the roster.
Can confirm.
Looks like we've got a Violet versus Violet out there. Is that a Violet show? Violet showdown?
Ooh, V versus V. So that's a Poison Violet and a Violet knockout. Is that what I'm seeing?
That's correct.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That's a beautiful ball.
This is just a master class right there that was being delivered by Yeti. And I'm not sure who that other blocker was, but I'm gonna find out. Poison Violet, Violet knockout, still with the stars.
Getty back with the block. Oh,
Ooh, being called back to where the rest of the pack is, being assessed a penalty as well. So we do have a 2-4 pack advantage right now for 187 Killer Pads. As 888's got 2 folks in that penalty box. But you want to know who doesn't care? Violet knockout picks up 10 whole points for 187 Killer Pads and calls it off.
If you happen to visit the RollerCon merch booth and picking up some RollerCon souvenirs, you can donate to Planned Parenthood by donating your change from all of your purchases of RollerCon souvenirs, collecting at the register.
As I am in the process of hyping up Pelican Bay and telling them how amazing she is, we've got 1706 Miss T Maven being amazing as well and picking up lead jammer for 888 as that fast moving pack hits turn 2. Oh my goodness. The amount of toe stop work on that outside line that has been happening all game long has just been so pretty. I need to say that. Pack slowing down over in turn 3 repositioning, trying to figure out where they need to be, where the blockers are. That was a beautiful high steppy toe jumpy thing that just occurred by Misty Maven. I'm not totally sure. It wasn't quite an apex jump. It wasn't quite yeah. It was a thing. It was a thing of beauty. That's what it was.
Beautiful toe stops on the line. Beautiful.
Everybody involved in this game is beautiful. Let's be honest. Shira Powers was the jammer for 187 Killer Pads.
Quick shout out to both of our sponsors of this game, 187 Killer Pads and 888. 888 Performance, Innovation, Progression. 888 has you covered because your gear should work as hard as you do. 187 Killer Pads, patented technology, handmade patterns tested by the best. 187 Killer Pads.
We've got 480 Easy Break Oven for 187 Killer Pads out there. One of Easy Break Oven's friends reporting to that penalty box. But it is none other than number 88, Mallory, picking up lead for 888. Mallory trying to go a little bit low there over on the outside of turn 2. And here we have Star Pass. Maj ends the jam as the jammer of note for 187 Killer Pads. And we've got 85 187 Killer Pads to 888's 53. And with 3 seconds remaining on that period clock, a team timeout being called by 888, which means one more jam. One more jam. Don't get too excited. There's actually a whole nother half as well. So we get one more jam plus a whole nother 30 minutes of roller derby.
And also probably, I'm going to assume 10 to 15 more Jackson's your dad.
I mean, only realistically, you guys have stopped yelling. How am I supposed to make you use your voices?
Hey, Jackson, who's your dad?
So it's Jackson is your dad.
I know.
Not who. Jackson is your dad. Thank you. Hello, we're announcers. We can be bribed. I'm just saying. I like chocolate.
As do I.
Yep. What do you like, Kellican?
I like alcohol.
I mean, okay, that's a decision that can be made at 12:19 in Las Vegas. Why not?
Which brings me to my next announcement. No skates and drinks. No skates and drinks. And once again, no skates and drinks. Unless it's water. Please hydrate.
Always hydrate. We are in the desert. Jackson is my dad is on the jam line wearing that star. But we do have Alicia Nesbitt Smith out there.
Popcorn microphones do not know.
That is jammer number 28 in skating in black for 888, picking up lead, but does come up against those delightful blockers for 187 Killer Pads right at that pivot line. Trying to go to the outside, trying to roll to that inside. And just in time, that is Jackson is your dad, comes through, clears that pack. No points on the board for Jackson, but 4 more for 888. And we've got a 15-minute, oh, nope, 10-minute halftime. We'll be back. I promise. You're not done with me yet. All right, friends. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Who's having a good time watching some roller derby? Quick show of hands. Who's a first-timer here at RollerCon? Oh, wow. There's a lot of you. That's good.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
How many of you have already decided to come back next year? Excellent. Excellent. It only gets better. I can tell you that.
I usually make that decision sometime in like, I don't know, June, when I finally go, yeah, I guess I should do that.
I make my decision in November.
It's cheaper that way.
It is cheaper that way.
Although, if you come and hang out with us and volunteer in any capacity here at RollerCon, you do get credit towards your next year's admission. So, great way to save a little bit of money and also help out here at RollerCon.
Let's try this one more time. Jackson is my dad.
Oh, the crowd has thinned over there.
Yeah. Where's the rest of your friends? Come on. Listen, trying to talk to an announcer and shouting just by like cupping your mouth over a whole entire track when there's multiple like DJ things happening, you don't have the pipes. I'm sorry.
Y'all are going
Try
to have
harder.
to do it in unison to be loud enough for us to hear you.
I mean, if at best. I think they just said thank you.
I don't know.
I'm just going to pretend that they said thank you because they like us.
I'll go with that. All right, rolling whistle has happened. We're underway in the second half here in the 187 Killer Pats 888 game. Score in the second half, or as we start the second half, 85-57.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of rollback action from that pack. Number 7 out there, skating for 888. That is Poison Violet. Going up against Violet Knockout, if my eyes do not deceive me.
That is correct. Got the Violet and Violet jammers again.
I do love a good violet. Violet. Are they different shades of violet? That's what I would like to know.
Well, yes, I suppose there are different shades of violet.
Exactly. Because it's violet, not violent. Ooh, beautiful spin on that outside, picking up a lead. That is Poison Violet.
Meanwhile, Violet Knockout still trapped behind that wall of black blockers up there in 1-2 Apex. Been recycled a couple of times. Looking for some help from her friends.
Not needing any help, however, is Poison Violet with that beautiful Apex jump.
All right, speaking of help from her friends, here come the blockers out of the penalty box. Let's see if they can get Violet Knockout out of that pack. One thing for sure, those blockers have slowed down Poison Violet a good bit. Stopped over here at the bottom of the track in turn 4. 2.
Turn 2.
Backwards.
It's backwards. It's always backwards. Everything is backwards.
Did we do a backwards derby game this year?
There is a hijinks game that's happening. If memory serves, that's a possibility in that. And the jam is called 12 points. 888 currently sitting at 69. Nice.
And speaking of AAA, where innovation is impact, protect your progression with the gear built to set you apart. Make sure to check their booth in the lobby after the game.
With those 12 points, 888 at that 69, 187 Killer Pads 85. That is a 16-point difference. With 27 and a half minutes and then some remaining, it's going to be a good second half. Easy break oven picking up lead fairly quickly for 187 Killer Pads.
That, I think, is number 20, that Thrasher out there with the star for 888.
Actually, that is Quick, number 28. If I think, yes. Quick.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, quick.
Couldn't see from the ponytail.
That gosh darn ponytail.
I know. How dare they have hair? Just about to start Jam 3 now. Triple Eight done a pretty good job of closing the gap here since we began the half. 89-72. Last jam was 4-3 advantage. 2-1-8-7 killer pads, though.
Trinity with the star 4-1-8-7 killer pads. I can't see through people. I don't have X-ray vision.
No. But whoever it is out for lead jammer for 187 killer pads.
Oh, that's Trinity who's lead. For triple eight, that is Mallory, I believe.
Yep, number 88 wearing the star for triple eight, out and looking to score here. Let's see if 187 is going to let that happen. No, going to call it off, shut that down. Try to cling on to this lead a little longer.
I do enjoy that this has been a very delightful slow pack, fast pack, like all sorts of different things have been going on all at the same time. It's great when we have some high quality and high impact derby that folks get to watch and enjoy.
Absolutely.
17:06 Misty Maven. Misty Maven for the triple eight picks up lead. Meanwhile,
Violet Knockout, number 4 wearing the star for 187 killer pads, getting recycled back to the jammer line. Getting knocked to the infield now as well. Recycled once again. The pack stopped in turn 1, though.
oh, Misty Maven. Misty Maven and OMG WTF having a little bit of time together. Hit to that inside, having to reshuffle.
Violet Knockout getting knocked to the outside of the turn 1 and recycled back to the pivot line. Stuck now in a pretty big scrum pack right there in the apex, the 1-2.
Yes, listen, we were going to talk about the same thing at the exact same time because Fillmore Payne is now the jammer of note for 187 killer pads.
After a successful star pass.
$10 points on the board there for triple eight, which brings them to 82. 187 killer pads at 92. Everybody should be able to do that math. So, Colin, how many points difference is that?
Well, here's the thing. So I was a ref back when 5-point jams were a thing. So I only know how to count in 5-point passes. So I mean, it would work if it were the old days, but I don't know how to do this math.
It's okay. It's a 10-point difference. 10 points out there.
Looks like 187 had something to say about that. They want to hang on to this lead. They are. That's Easy Bake Oven out there with lead for 187.
Hot on the heels. Ooh, Easy Break Oven calling it off. As Poison Violet trying to get to that pack to put some points on the board.
Looks like 187 picked up one sneaky point, passing the hips of Whiskey Von Sweets back here in turn 3. One big roller derby point for 187.
Jackson is my dad, wearing the star for 187 killer pads. And
That's
that is
quick. Yep.
Quick.
I'll get this right one of these times.
Quick out there pushing at the back of that pack for triple eight.
Jackson is your dad getting recycled back in between the pivot line and the jammer line. The whole pack pretty much stopped just ahead of the pivot line. Big old pile up on the inside of turn 1. Everybody's going to come back now. Nice work by 888 here. It's number 28. Quick breaks through that wall up front. Lead jammer for 888. See if they can do something with it. Not often you get to say this, but some pivot on pivot action as the star pass has been taken. So I guess that's pivot on jammer now. Quick sliding through on the outside of turn 3. 4 more points on the board for 888. Looks like that was Octane Jane taking the star pass for 187 Killer Pads, getting a penalty for trouble, tossing off the pivot panty while in the penalty box. Going to put on that jammer star and sit for 30 seconds. Quick in the pack here between the jammer line and the pivot line, working away at that 187 Killer Pads pack. Going to call the jam. Trapping 187's jammer in the penalty box for at least half a penalty.
Have all of you checked out Rude Chicks? One thing that I really enjoy is a rhyme, and their slogan, roller derby apparel, all skate, no hate, since 2008. Make sure to check out their booth today for the rest of the weekend.
Mallory picking up lead for 888. Colin, who is out there with the star for 187 Killer Pads?
That would be number 94, who was the pivot in the prior jam. That's Octane Jane out on an initial trip. Going to be trying to pick up some points here before 888 can call it off, but not quite fast enough. 888 going to make the call. 4 more points on the board. That's going to bring us to a tie score. New game, folks. 93-93.
So who wants to fight about whether or not a tie game means a lead change has happened? Because I have opinions, and they differ from some people's. Because in my opinion, a tie game does not mean anyone is in the lead. Therefore, there has not been a lead change. Other people disagree with me.
I would agree with you because that's how math works.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's how English language works.
Precisely. Both of you are now my best friends. We're going to start a band together.
What's the name of our band?
I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
That's a great name of a band. We'll figure it out later. I'm into it.
That answers so many questions. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
All right, out here on the track, nice little hop over the inside line of the 1-2 apex. We got 187 Killer Pads with lead jammer.
Star in hand for 888 is Poison Violet. Ooh, but that is number 343 Trinity calling it off for 187 Killer Pads from the floor. Let's see. Ooh, 187 Killer Pads with 4 points. That is officially a lead change. That means everyone needs to take a drink of water because we are in the desert. And
Correct.
you want to know what the desert does to you? It sucks all of the moisture from your body.
So wait a minute. Was that actually a lead change, though? Because 187 was in the lead, then 888 tied it, and now 187's in the lead again. So is that a lead change
I
or
would say
a
that it would be
resumption
a
of lead?
maintain of
Oh.
lead.
I thought 888 was in the lead. I'm sorry.
187
Listen.
Killer Pads are probably in the lead because they handmade patterns tested by the best.
Listen, I'm pretty and I can talk about stuff. That doesn't mean I have a good memory.
Bunch of goldfish up here. All right, while we're talking about fish out here, Easy Break Oven out of the pack first. Lead jammer for 187 Killer Pads. And that is Quick, number 28, wearing the star for 888, hot on her heels.
Both of these jammers have been super, super effective this whole entire game.
Nice move there by Quick, sliding through the inside. 4 points for 888. We're tied up again.
That was just a open lane that Quick just found. Quick, an aged up junior.
Easy Break Oven trying to do a little bit of defense there, going to do a block, and Quick was just like, nah, I'm just going to hop right past you. 4 more points on the board. 888. Now, no, we're going to go back to a tie score, folks. 101 on the board for both teams.
I can't remember who was where, and I don't.
Okay, I think we have this. 187 was in the lead. Then 888 tied it at 93. Then 187 scored. Now we're back to a tie again. I think I have that right.
You know what I think would be really cool? Every time we got back to a tie, that somebody would go to the raffle table in the lobby and buy a raffle ticket. Sounds pretty lucky to me.
I think that's a great plan. Out there, we've got number 4, Violet Knockout, picking up lead for 187 Killer Pads.
And 88, Mallory getting knocked to the outside right off jam start and getting recycled back into turn 4, but manages to escape out on a scoring trip now as well.
Both of these jammers in point scoring position. It gets called off. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
2 points, 1 point. Hey.
There it is. That's lead change, 888. Mallory managed to slide through and pick up 2 before they could get the call off from the outside. It's a tough thing when you're down on the outfield behind a referee trying to get the jam ref to see you calling it off.
But now that we have an official lead change, that means everyone needs to take a drink.
Of water.
Of water. Oh, hey, look, it's Jackson's, my dad. Jackson's my dad with Misty Maven. Again, both of these jammers really in that heavy jammer rotation for each of these teams. Misty Maven is lead for 888.
That's Jackson's my dad, 117 wearing the star for 187 Killer Pads, taking some real heat from the blockers from 888 there. Didn't quite make it in for points on that one.
And speaking of that heat, make sure you guys know the signs of a heat stroke. Hot, red, dry skin, fast pulse, heart racing, headache, dizziness, shivering, confusion, nausea.
Cheers.
See a medic or call 911. Your health is important to all of us.
Rule number 1 of RollerCon, drink water. Have fun, don't die.
Then drink more water.
Yep.
Number 7, Poison Violet wearing the star for 888.
And that is 343 Trinity out there for 187 Killer Pads. As that pack is spread out, they do need to release, so that is lead for Trinity.
Poison Violet getting knocked to the infield, recycled back to the 3-4 Apex, knocked to the outside again at the jammer line, but back in legally and engaging 187's blockers up there by the pivot line. Pretty strong wall by 187, both jammers being recycled here, but 187 out front.
Trinity able to sneak by on that inside line. Simonis just making a little hole, able to be utilized. Meanwhile, with that star pass, 777 is perfect. Now your jammer of note for 888.
All right, let's see the scores. We did have a lead change, but no, I think... Yes.
Yep.
All right, once again, this is official. It's a water break, folks. Let me see those water bottles in your hands in the stands. Get them out. Drink some water.
Also, on a purely personal note, I really hope that number 343 Trinity is in the Matrix versus whoever game that's happening. Fury Road, thank you. Yeah, just because I feel like that's very appropriate given the name.
That's quick. Sneaky on the inside. Beat jammer for 888.
Quick is, I mean, I guess I would say quick.
Quick.
Yeah.
That's accurate. OMG WTF, last blocker to beat up here, getting some help from, I can't read the number on that one, but Quick manages to fight her way out in turn 1, out for 4 more points for 888, and once again, the scoreboard goes in favor of 888.
Easy break up and pushing at the front. Quick making fast work. That last blocker. That is Death Down Under. 1 more point scoring pass for Quick in the books. And we have a star pass. That is Octane Jane. Second time Octane Jane has taken that star for 187 Killer Pads.
Quick getting recycled on the outside of turn 3 here, chooses to call it off before Octane Jane can get in and score any points. That's going to put Triple Eight at 11 points on that jam. 0 points for 187, giving Triple Eight the lead, 110 to 119.
How many people out there are aged up juniors? Anybody? Show of hands. Anybody? Anybody?
Got a couple
There's
over here.
one or two. I appreciate you. You're wonderful, but also you make my whole entire body hurt just watching you. Like, I don't know how you do it, y'all.
Also remember, the drinking age is 21 in Las Vegas.
I coached juniors at home for a while, and man, they are some absolutely tough, amazing human beings playing roller derby out there, and they make some of the best adult skaters if they stick to it.
You want to talk about tough roller skaters. Let's talk about number 88, Mallory for Triple Eight, who is currently the lead, with Violet Knockout also being stuck behind those blockers.
Violet out of the pack now, racing around to try to catch up. Pack's moving pretty quickly down here in the 3-4. They're going to run it up the straightaway, try to keep it away from these jammers, give Violet a chance to catch up.
Triple Eight coach staff going, go, 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 go. And they listen and do what they're told and pick that pace up.
Our outside pack referees having a good time trying to keep up with that one. Good job there, Dak.
Triple Eight currently at 123 to 187 Killer Pads 110. That is a 13-point jam. We have Jackson. Oh, hey, Jackson's my dad on the line there. Jackson, you're going to regret having your friends do this. Yep, I know that. That was a thumbs up. And so we've got Jackson out there as well as Poison Violet for Triple Eight. Both wearing those stars, looking to put some points and see who has the ability to either increase or decrease that point differential.
Whole bunch of whistles on the outside there. We have Violet going to the penalty box for Triple Eight. Also the pivot for 187 Pads sitting in the box.
Jackson is lead. This is a power jam. That was a track cut penalty assessed to Poison Violet.
Just under 10 minutes left in the game here. This is exactly what 187 needs right now, although not able to take much advantage of the power jam as Violet is on her feet and returning to the track here momentarily. Jackson's your dad getting recycled all the way back down here to the 3-4 apex. Poison Violet still on her initial trip, struggling to get past OMG, WTF, and the rest of the 187 Killer Pads blockers. Manages a spin move out, now finished with the initial trip.
And
looks like Triple Eight is still in the lead, and that's probably because their gear works as hard as they do. Check out Triple Eight's gear.
I gotta say, that was a hard-fought 4 points there for 187 Killer Pads, bringing the score to 114-123. Still anybody's game, as they say. 8 minutes 30 as we start the next jam.
everybody gets one. You just used yours. Picking
I can live with that.
Trinity is lead for 187 Killer Pads, number 343. That is because number 28, the Delightful Quick, is in that penalty box. So this is a power jam for Trinity. Considering that 187 is, there is a point difference of 9 at this point, this is realistically best case scenario. So we have stopped the jam. It was called off. The jammer for 888 is still in that penalty box, so this will be a power start for Easy Break Oven.
And 888 starting with pack advantage with one blocker from 187 still in the penalty box, so kind of evens things out a little bit.
I do love the start at the jam line, roll back. Such fun. Easy break oven released.
Yeah, quick back in from the penalty box, up the inside, meets some stiff resistance up there at the pivot line from the 187 blockers. The whole pack here pretty much just stopped right at the pivot line. But it's easy break on the inside, turn one, lead jammer, or 187 killer pads.
Able to find just that teeniest tiny little inside line there.
A little bit of a tangle up here on the straightaway between 2 and 3. Easy break taking a moment to get up. Gonna call off the jam. And it looks like Easy Break has asked for a consult with one of our amazing medical staff, so send them off to get checked out.
I have a question for you two. Have you tried the food truck out front?
I ate at it last year. It's really good.
The truck.
Yeah, it's the
truck
same
and
one.
gnocchi,
Yeah, it's the
Asian
same one.
fusion. Yeah, it's new. It's lunchtime for me, so I'm hungry.
Number 88, Mallory wearing the star for 888.
That's number 4, Violet Knockout for 187 killer pads.
Once again, some really stiff blocking here, just barely getting into turn one. Both jammers locked up with packs of blockers. Bodies flying to the inside. Can't see a whole lot through that dazzle of zebras up there in the corner, but you know, they got a job to do too.
Realistically, they're more important to see what's going on than we are.
Absolutely. On that point, would like to take a moment to thank all of our officials here this weekend for facilitating roller derby. That is another group of people just like our medics that we cannot do it without.
Lala Tiburona reporting to that penalty box for 888.
So we are a minute into the jam, over a minute into the jam. Lead jammer has not been established yet. We have barely gotten past turn 2. These are going to be some tired blockers after this one.
And just as you say it, number 4 is now your lead jammer. That is Violet Knockout.
Despite best efforts by Misty Maven to prevent that, went down, 187 got lead, and then Maven went back and grabbed the star and became the jammer for 888.
Less than 4.5 minutes remain on this period clock. And it is a one singular point game. 187 killer pads, 122 to 888's 123.
Speaking of ones, your one-stop solution to cleaning and maintaining your skate bearings, Monkey Lube.
Nice lead in.
Jam 19, and oh, hey, look, that is Jackson is your dad. My dad, our dad, everybody's dad. Jackson's our dad is lead for 187 killer pads.
Poison Violet was the jammer for 888, but we've had a star pass now to the pivot. That's number 333.
Sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
This is the first time we're seeing sweet and sour with that jammer star.
But jam is called off before Sweet and Sour can get in and get any points. That is going to be 126, 123, 187. That is a lead change. Get those water bottles out, folks. It's water time.
Hydrate.
I'm going to need to put more water in my water bottle. It's a good thing we have a water station behind us.
That water station is fantastic.
Trinity out there for 187 killer pads, but it is none other than the delightfully quick picking up lead for 888.
Just about 2.5 minutes left in the period here. Very close game going on here on track C1.
Couple penalties here and there being established and called, but this is a hit to the outside and recycle for Quick.
We're taking a couple of big hits over there in the 1-2 apex, but manages to skate by on 1 foot. 4 more points on the board for 888. Lead change once again, and Quick is back at it. Back of the pack coming around turn 1.
I believe that is number 24 for 187 Killer Pads. I'm a blow by ya. That is just like, just giving Quick the business every time.
Oh, nice footwork there by the pivot from 187 Killer Pads. That's number 20. That is Thrasher taking the star pass. Really nice footwork, staying in bounds. Going to force the call off here, but not before. Let's wait for the final points coming in from the Jammer referee. 11 points for 888. It's 11-0 Jam advantage 888. 134-126. The lead change stands. Drink that water.
As we roll into that 1 minute mark on the period clock, we see number 4, Violent Knockout. And 1706 Misty Maven.
Got an empty penalty box, which means full packs, which means we got a pretty heavy scrum here right at the pivot line. But looks like Misty Maven going to spread out the 187 blockers a little bit into turn 2. Trying to stay inbounds up on toe stops. Back behind 2 187 blockers up front here. 1 left to beat. Nice bridge work by 187. Misty Maven getting knocked out of bounds, but the blocker goes out. Lead Jammer 888.
The pack slowing as we hit turn 4. Period clock has ended, so we are all on jam time, but that doesn't matter anymore because, of course, as I say it, Misty Maven calls it off. Looks like 4 points there for 888, bringing their score to 138, 187 Killer Pads, 126. Unofficial final. Oh, excuse me, 138. Unofficial final until we have the fancy rolling whistle.
Fantastic skating by both teams here. There is that rolling whistle. Final score 126, 187 Killer Pads, and the winner 888, 138. Thank you both for joining me on the microphone today. It has been a pleasure.
You are allowed to come down and high five around the track. Sometimes they do that. It doesn't look, all right, that's fine.
No high fives for you.
No high fives for you. On behalf of Colin DeShots, Pelican Bay, I am Loose Change. Have a great rest of your day, and don't forget to drink some water.